Motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh my God,
that's
I
some
need
of
to
those
see that.
idiotic sovereign citizens.
yeah. Well,
Is what that is.
Well, they're dumb.
But when you said that,
and they
I was
looked
thinking of
dumb.
something else. I've heard several things lately where well, my dad made one comment to this officer and they just went away. And shit like this, and I'm going, really? Come on.
No,
now.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
I mean,
unless it's
Like, what do you mean? In what context, babe?
like they got pulled up. They got pulled over, and the father, he was a kid. This guy was a kid, and the father said one phrase to the officer, and they just disappeared. And I've heard that more than once.
What was the phrase?
He wouldn't tell you.
I take it in the butt? What?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll give you a handy later. I'm
like there's some secret code.
Well, I can tell you what my phrase is. It's this.
Oh my god.
It's cleavage and tears.
I saw Alexa show me a video. This guy gets pulled over by the cop, and he rolls down the window, and he hands the cop a Uno card, and it's the reverse. And he's like, "You know why I pulled you over?" And the kid gives him the reverse card. He's like, "You were speeding," and the cop was like, "Have a good day."
Never heard that one before. That's pretty good.
I might have to try that.
But I mean,
But what I was getting to was if you are being
you're not doing yourself any
accosted,
favors.
if you're being accosted in any way by the police,
Just agree.
it is so much easier to just do what they ask. Whether it's if you can record it, great, do that. If they tell you to put the phone down, leave it recording, but put the phone down.
Right, don't.
If they ask for your fucking ID, give it to them. Whether you think it's justified or not, it's better to be alive and file a report than it is to be on the 6 o'clock news because another motherfucker was right, but now he's dead.
Yeah.
And here's the deal. 99% of the people out there, what you're going to encounter is a shitty officer with a shitty attitude.
Yeah.
Or a decent officer who's had a shitty day. Or
I got a hold of a fucking dickhead state trooper.
Or an officer that's just like you, trying to do his job and go back home for the day.
home safe.
Now, there may be 1% out there that are kind of what you see in the movies where he's going to shoot you, he's going to rob you, whatever.
I mean, we've seen proof. We've seen it. But they're the minority.
The vast minority.
99% of the people out there aren't going to come in contact.
They're just good people trying to do their job, a hard job.
Yeah.
A fucking
I'll put it this way.
job.
North Little Rock is 30 officers down right now because they can't get anybody to apply.
Well,
I wouldn't do it.
I know when our child was testing, and he passed with flying colors, bitch. But I was terrified.
I know. When he wanted to be a police officer, I was like, "Ooh, I wouldn't do that."
Because he'd be a great cop.
Because he already had a kid at the time, too, so it's like, whoa. Like, if it was before...
Right.
Still...
You got a family that you got to come home.
Now.
Yeah. And, like, he would have been a fantastic cop. He would have been what a cop should be. But...
He would have a hard time with it, though.
But he also doesn't have the...
He's like his mama. His heart's too big for that job.
It is.
It would destroy him in time because, yes, he would get that he could make a difference and help people, but there's a lot of situations where you don't get to make a difference and you don't get to help and you just have to clean up the pieces. And it has to be incredibly hard. Mm-hmm. And that's something I don't think people
That's why cops have a real high suicide rate, too.
Yeah. And I don't think enough people, because it's just like anything else. Look, we've talked about this like political extremism on either side.
Right.
It's most of us are in the middle where we're reasonable, but there's always the fringe on either side that they're loud
and anything in between that too.
Yeah, and they're loud and they make more noise, so it seems like there's more of them.
And we all know those people.
Oh,
they might be related to us.
We might get to hear from them way too much. But anyway, but I don't think a lot of people give cops enough credit in this way. I mean, again, I said a minute ago and I say again, there are bad cops, just like there are bad bakery owners and bad, there's bad everything.
Yeah, I mean, there's if you've got more than one person doing a thing, there's going to be a bad one.
Right.
I mean,
because they are human at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly.
But I do believe that most cops are not bad. I believe most cops are doing it because they want to be, a part of the community and they want to make things better. But I wonder a lot.
I mean, just like a restaurant, you're going to have great waiters. you're going to have a waiter that every time you go in there, he's an asshole. That's just because he has a shitty attitude.
He's just an asshole.
Yeah, it's because he's an asshole.
Right.
I mean,
But I wonder how much, like, you get these wide-eyed kids that want to be cops and want to be, make the world better, and then it's all the bullshit that turns them that way.
So much terrible stuff, yeah.
The other thing, too, is, though, like Central, and it may be different, New York, Chicago, that kind of thing, but like Central Arkansas, there's a lot of cops out there that don't ever say a damn thing just because of where they work.
Yeah,
they're just dealing with just average, everyday, normal, even when they're out on the street.
Yeah.
I'd be all right with that.
Well, I mean, we have to have police in those places. Thank God they're not all places that they have to deal with murders every day.
Yeah.
But I wonder, like, just the grinding down, the being, it would weigh on me just being seen in such a negative connotation.
Yeah.
Like when I'm trying to do something good.
Well, and it also makes their job infinitely more dangerous because we've seen over the last couple of years with the more cop hate rhetoric that people are actually going and attacking police officers.
Well, that's what the fuck happened in Fayetteville.
Yeah.
He went and targeted that. Oh my God.
Yeah, it happened in Dallas. They had a fucking riot about it.
Well, you know,
back in 2016, 2015, something like that.
Chaz's wife is in dispatch for the Fayetteville PD. And she posted the other day, she was like, I know everybody thinks time has passed, we're all right. We're not all right.
No, oh fuck
and
no.
I'm thinking, no, and you probably won't be for a long fucking time.
No, could you imagine being one of the fucking cops
that saw that,
or any cop, and now you've got to fucking keep your head on a swivel constantly, even in the parking lot?
The cops that were right inside the door
that heard that happened to their buddy.
Like, I could have been out there. I could have seen something. I feel awful for them.
Yeah,
I feel. If you see the video, I mean, right after they bust out that door.
Well, because they were right there. They were finishing up their admin stuff in the morning, and I feel, it's not just the cops. It's the people like Amy
EMTs
that work. Anytime you're in a work situation, you've been there, you
become a family.
You become a family.
Oh, definitely.
But then when you add danger to the mix and high intensity situations, those things get magnified. So everybody from the dispatchers to the admin people, that was part of their family that died in that parking lot.
Yep.
And it just
that was murdered in cold blood.
And he was executed.
He was a pretty new cop too, wasn't he?
But he'd already
3 years.
Yeah, I mean, but that's pretty new. I mean, he was still a young man, but he had already distinguished himself. He had already done a lot of really cool stuff. Like, I saw an article that I think it was Amy shared, where he'd been in the paper, I don't know, 6 months or something ago. They had one of his, not like his car buddy, but one of his, somebody that he partnered with was a young woman, and she was a single mom. And there was, like, I don't know, at the school there was a son and or kid and dad function,
right?
And he didn't have a dad, so this young man went and was the dad.
Oh, nice.
And so even people were affected that he was a good person, and just because you had a chip on your shoulder, now he's gone, and all these people are grieving.
Now, do they ever know, because they killed the guy, right? Do they ever know, did that officer arrest him?
No.
What kind of connection there was?
Didn't the guy, he applied for the police academy and he got denied. It wasn't anything personal with that officer.
He was looking for an officer.
He just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
And he'd been in trouble for, he had, like Chris said, he had tried to become a cop and couldn't, and then
he failed the psyche eval, didn't he?
Hello. But he'd also been in trouble for impersonating a cop.
Yes.
And
I think I remember hearing that.
Yeah, and so no, it wasn't like
we talked about this specific case a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, it wasn't personal. Like he was looking for that young man.
Yeah,
he just
was
wanted
looking
to kill
for a cop.
Yeah.
And that is so unfortunate, because it'd be different if there was a personal vendetta.
It would still be awful, but you would go, well,
yeah, but it would make sense.
Yeah.
Speaking of that case in Dallas, Gene Botham or whatever.
Oh yeah,
Amber
I
Geiger.
still would like to. Yeah, I'd still like to know what all was going on there, because
I don't think we'll ever know.
There had to be more to it.
Yeah, her ass needs to be in jail for the rest of her fucking life.
There's something up with that.
Yeah. All right, we are at 55 minutes, so we are calling this one done. I did not think it was going to go that long.
Darn.
That's what she said.
It's darn. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Darren. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.